What's happening, everybody? It's Brad back. Hope that you are all doing fantastic. And today I'm going to be tackling a very highly requested video by my subscribers. I'm going to be doing a video about how to apply a cologne or a fragrance. First off, let me say props to this new camera I got right here. Can't wait to get this bad boy in the outdoors, in the nature, and see how it performs. Hopefully it will enhance your viewing experience. But let's get straight to the point. I'm going to be telling you guys how I spray my fragrances, give you kind of a sneak peek of my spray routine, as well as kind of the basics about just how to apply a fragrance. I know this video has been done quite a bit, it's quite popular, but I'm going to try and give my personal triple ink spin on the subject. So without further ado, let's get this video on the road. So step one, I think probably one of the most important steps, do not spray cologne when you are already sweaty. A lot of guys think, you know what, I just got out of the gym, I'm just going to spray some fragrance on even though I'm super sweaty. No, that's not the way to go. Sweaty skin and fragrance do not mix. You gotta have a clean slate or a clean blank palette, if you will, in my opinion. So I would say always take a shower, clean yourself, use some kind of non-scented soap so it won't clash with the scent. Also use lots of moisturizing lotions, unscented preferably, to keep your skin nice and moist so then the fragrance will stick on your skin and last a lot longer. That will definitely improve your performance, and keeping yourself clean is a very important aspect of fragrance application. Alright, next, you gotta understand that fragrances are, in essence, oils, right? They are kind of essential oils and different things that the perfumer curates, and they react differently on everybody. So some fragrances will smell different on other people based on their skin chemistry. Everybody's skin has oils in it. Some people's skin is more dry. If you have skin like mine, it's like the Sahara Desert and it just sucks up fragrances, but some people have very nice skin that kind of sounded weird, that just do work great with fragrance, right? Just understand that your fragrance will react with the natural oils that are already in your skin, and that's how it makes your scent unique, because you and this fragrance that you spray could smell completely different from the scent, somebody else spraying the same exact scent. Just understand that the oils from your fragrance and your skin interact with each other to create the scent that everybody else smells. Alright, let's pause this video right here. Anybody that is watching this, please understand, do not rub fragrances. I know a lot of people see it in the commercials, right? You spray it on your wrist, do not rub them together. That is probably the worst thing you can do. When you rub it, it just disperses everything. You want to have it sit on your skin, and then when you rub it, it kind of just messes up the balance of the fragrance. You pretty much dash any hopes of your fragrance lasting more than its allotted time, because when you rub it, it just kills the longevity and it just breaks down the fragrance so much. So don't rub whatever you do, just spray and let it sit. Alright, now we're talking about spraying your clothes versus spraying hot spots, as I like to call them, on your body. So your body, of course, has heat with it, and there's some spots that carry more heat than others. Generally, I like spraying on these hot spots because they give your fragrance the best performance, the best projection, because when your body heats up, the fragrances also heat up, and that tends to make them disperse more, and you get better projection and better performance overall. So some hot spots I like to touch on, of course, are around your neck. It's where the blood is close to the skin, and that's where it's the warmest. Your wrists, the pit of your arms, armpits, of course, and back of your legs, back of your neck, chest. These are all spots that are very hot, and your body heats up, and those are best places to spray fragrances, but I'll be showing you specifically where I sprayed in just a minute. Also, spraying on your clothing, I know a lot of people do. That's great if you like the top note of your fragrance and you want the top note to stay, and spray on your shirt. But fragrances were not meant to be sprayed on clothes, they're meant to be sprayed on skin, because when you spray it on skin, that's how the fragrance develops and it goes through its lifespan. I know some great fragrances that smell pretty bad when you first spray them on, but you gotta wait till it interacts with your skin and kind of sits on there, and once it gets towards the dry down and the skin, it dries down a lot quicker on your skin, the top note will stay in the clothing, you won't get any base notes on your clothing. And man, it's just a whole different story. So you can spray your clothes, I don't. If you like the top note, go right ahead, but you gotta wash your clothes all the time, and I'm not a big fan of laundry, so yeah. Alright, another big point, guys, don't overspray. You've probably heard this mantra a million times, a little goes a long way when you're spraying cologne, and that's pretty much true, just don't go crazy on the trigger. A lot of overpowering fragrance can be just as bad. I know some people say it's just bad body odor because it just chokes people out. If you think you're going too much, you probably are. Less is more, and you already know that spiel, so I'm gonna skip that. Alright, another thing is when you purchase a new fragrance or you're trying to figure out how does this fragrance perform, you need to test drive your cologne. Just like test driving a new car, you gotta kind of get to know it. So get to know your fragrance, your cologne, by spraying it on the back of your hand and kind of wearing it throughout the day. Just one spray should do, and then periodically, every hour or so, smell it. And if it's still there, then you know it's still performing, projecting. If you can smell it without even bringing it up to your nose, that means it projects for at least an arm's length. All that sort of stuff. So just kind of test drive your fragrance before you kind of go crazy on the trigger. The last thing you want to do is just spray a super heavy fragrance without knowing how strong it is, and choke people out and choke yourself out. So that's a no-go. Test drive your scent. Alright, another kind of thing that's easily overlooked is every fragrance is different, right? We have some fragrances, such as this one right here, which is great. Versace Dior Homme. It's a nice light scent. You can go pretty heavy on the trigger with this one and you're not going to offend anybody. At the same time, you also have fragrances like this. 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco. That is killer strong. This thing lasts for days on end. These two, both fragrances, both very different, so understand that you may not want to go as many sprays with this one. I can go at least 6, 7, 8 sprays with this. 2 sprays with this, and I'm at my limit. So every fragrance is different. You got to find out which fragrance is how it performs on your skin by test driving it, like I said earlier. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you my personal spray routine. Alright, so this is just for my skin. This may work with your skin, but this is just how I personally choose to spray my fragrances. Now I'm going to break this down into 3 different types of scents. I got my light scents, which are pretty light and inoffensive, and I can go a little bit heavier. I'm going to show you my average performing scents, and then my very heavy hitters and how I choose to spray all of them. So for example, a light fragrance that I happen to own in my collection, I think is Lacoste Essential. Nice light green scent. Now with light fragrances like this, I tend to go a little bit heavier on the trigger. If it's the summertime and if it's hot, because light scents are usually citrusy and best for hot weather, I'll choose one right here in the base of the neck, one on this side, one on this side, and then one on the back. In my opinion, the back of your neck is your compliment zone, because when you spray on the back of your neck, and if you do a lot of walking around like I do, whether it be at work or just walking around the streets or whatever, the back of your neck leaves the biggest scent trail. Scent trail is huge. If you want compliments, spray the back of your neck. I can guarantee you will get some compliments, because when people walk behind you, they smell just boom, coming right off the back of your neck. And that's how I get most of my compliments. I find when I spray the back of my neck a lot and people follow me around, it just leaves a huge trail right behind me wherever I go, and people can smell it all day long. So that's great for compliments. Looking for a good place to spray during a date, guys, behind the ears, perfect spot. When your date whispers in or gets really close to you, if the night progresses, you know what I'm saying, ears are perfect. You get right behind, get very close. Also, base of the neck and chest is another great spot for that. But I personally, with light fragrances, 4 around the neck, and I might go 1 under each arm, so whenever I move my arms, the fragrance will kind of disperse. So I'll go anywhere 4 to 6 sprays with my light scents. Alright, now an example of a medium performing scent, like an average performing scent on my skin, would be Dior Homme. Stuff like this, I normally go 2 to 3 sprays. This one, I'll go side, side, and then back. As you can see, I don't like spraying my clothes or my chest that much. I feel like I want to make every spray count, and I don't like spraying my clothes. I know some people spray behind their knees and stuff, but I'm not into that. I just like to spray around my neck, make it more of like an intimate type feel. When people come close to me, they can really know it's coming from me, you know? And last, for my heavy hitters out there, these guys, I'm truly sometimes am afraid to spray because they're so strong. For instance, this one, I think my strongest scent, 1821, Sweet Tobacco. This one, I mean, I feel pretty nervous with just spraying one spray, honestly. I'll spray on the back of my neck, and maybe one right here if I'm feeling really risky or if it's really cold outside, but 2 sprays front and back maximum is what I'm doing. But I always hit up the back of my neck when I can, because I want compliments, of course, and that's what it does for me. Alright guys, just quick 2 little things to touch on before I let you go. This is another important one. Spray for your occasion. So you do not want to spray a really heavy hitting fragrance that projects like a monster in, let's say, a very conservative setting like in a church with people sitting all around you, you know? Spray for your occasion. If you're in a place with a lot of other people, go inoffensive, you don't want to offend anybody. And if you're usually by yourself or just doing other things like that, you can go a little bit more bold. But just spray for whatever occasion you feel like you're doing. If you're outdoors, you can spray more. Indoors, I would dial it down a little bit. So spray for your occasion. And lastly, travel atomizers. You can pick these things up, this little 3-5 mils travel atomizers with the spray. They're very cheap. You can pick them up, spray your own fragrances into them, and you can use this for reapplication purposes. So whenever you're on the go and a fragrance runs out of life, let's say you're using something light like this, oh no, 3 hours goes by and it's pretty much gone. But yet, you know, you're still out and about during the day and you don't want to bring this whole clunky bottle with you. Just fill it up with a little sample size and just go ahead and reapply it every 2 or 3 hours depending. So those are great to carry around, fit right in your pocket. Boom. So guys, that was my video on how to apply a cologne or fragrance. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what ways you like to apply fragrances and stuff like that. So let me know how that went down in the comment section down below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later with another video.